this race will go up against Kamul in the finals of the tournament. And the race starts. Both starting Hunter. Just the usual Asylum. No, both started with Master Key to enter Blighttown early, which they will need for a glitch later in the run. So yeah, nothing really interesting happens in the Asylum at the start for the first 1.5 minutes. We'll just run past the Asylum Demon and pick up their first weapons, which they will use to kill him a bit later. So first of all, they will talk to Oscar now to get Estus Flasks and the key. And it's actually around 2 seconds faster to talk to him instead of killing him. And both will pick up the bow from the Hunter starting class for the move swap glitch, which they will do a bit later in the run also. And yeah, we see Nax opening with a jumping attack on Asylum Demon, which has the benefit of first the jumping attack will hit and then you will get the plunge attack, so he does around 100 damage more to Asylum Demon, so he only needs 5 R1s and an R2 to kill him. Root getting a bit worse RNG. So yeah, Brute got kind of unlucky there, lost like 10 seconds on the Asylum Demon. But not that big of a deal. Since in Dark Souls everything can happen. So both will make their way up to Undead Burg, where they will go to the Undead Merchant and buy a few things. Or will they actually in this road? I'm not sure. See, yes, they go to the Undead Merchant. Yes, Alibaba Mecha Pope will come in a few minutes. So yeah, they bow from the Undead Merchant, both buy a bottomless box and a rapier. The rapier is needed for the move swap glitch, which they will use later on. And the bottomless box is used for the quantity storage glitch, which they will use also later on to become extremely overpowered. And also to get upgrade materials to upgrade the Dragon Tooth to +5. Also, both will pick up the Gold Pine Resin for the Taurus fight and for the Hellkite Dragon tail cut. Just makes this a lot more easier and faster. So let's see. One running R1, a normal R1, and then it should be 3 two-handed R1s for the stagger, and then he just does 3 more R1s for the kill. Pretty nice fight from Nax. See if Brute also gets a good fight. Oh, instantly gets stomped on. Brute getting really unlucky with these bosses so far. That also beats him no problem. So yeah, second part where they need the gold pine resin to cut the tail from the Hellkite Dragon in 3 hits instead of like a million. Because gold pine resin is flat damage and a lot for the early game. And like that they can get the Drake Sword really easy, and the Drake Sword is a pretty powerful weapon for the early game, but it falls off late game because it has no scaling at all. Yeah, exactly. The lead that Nax has at the moment can die in seconds from a tiny little mistake. Because a mistake in Dark Souls can cost up to minutes, especially if you die. Like if one of them would be to die right now, they would lose around 3 minutes. But let's just hope that won't happen. So on Nax's side, he is doing the Sense Gate skip. So he baited the hollow down there and reposted him in a specific spot to touch a deathcam trigger. The deathcam trigger is the tiny part before the actual kill box. Just to tell the game, oh, the character is about to die, so it starts unloading stuff, just so load screens go faster. And by triggering that deathcam, they can actually walk into Sense Fortress because the Sense Fortress gate is deloaded while in this deathcam. Give me a second. So yeah, both in Sense Fortress now. Sense Fortress is a place a lot of casual players have a lot of problems with, but it's all cycle based, so for a speedrunner they know exactly when what will happen, and oh god, Mr. Brute, please don't die. If he's really unlucky, he ends up in a loop. Ah, no. This is not good.
Alright, sorry I'm late.
Hey Mecha, thank you so much for coming.
Not a problem.
Brute is still alive. He
That's
got
good.
really lucky there. So yeah, what I was about to say is that for speedrunners, Sense Fortress is normally one of the most consistent areas in the game because everything is cycle based. And they manage the stamina around that and the way they walk around.
Yeah, basically the biggest variance for Sense Fortress is just when you quit out after doing Sense Gate skip, just because sometimes the cycles will be like slightly off if you run a little bit farther, one run versus the next.
That is what happened to Brute. He quit out pretty early, so the last pendulum actually caught him. But he survived it even though he got hit twice. You also got the restream? Mecha?
Oh, sorry, what?
You got the restream that I sent in?
Yes, I've got it.
Wonderful. So yeah, what Nax just did in his menu was the move swap glitch. One of the strongest glitches in this game. So as you see, he is two-handing his Drake Sword in his left hand, which is normally not possible in the game, that you two-hand anything other than the bow. And since the game still thinks he has a bow, and since the bow doesn't have a running attack, a rolling attack, a backstep attack, and a plunging attack, it takes the attacks of the right-hand weapon for that, which in this case is a rapier, which does 2 attacks with a single running attack, and that's extremely strong for high damage weapons.
Also, just the general angle that the attacks come out is very useful for this boss, because with the normal Drake Sword attacks, it would be basically impossible to hit him below the knee, which is what you need to do to stagger him.
Yeah, you need to do 400 damage below the knee of Iron Golem to stagger him, and then another 200 to make him fall. Really well executed by Nax. Even got the good RNG to get a 1-cycle kill. So yeah, and this is Nax, 10 minutes in the run in Anno Londo.
And we'll see if Brood can get a similarly good fight.
Yeah, let's see if he's also skilled and gets a 1-cycle.
It is definitely not very consistent without RTSR. So if he does a bad attack, or you mess up slightly, then it can easily go to hell.
Yeah, but the fight is really consistent if you don't mess up. Just a 1-cycle is luck-based.
And there he goes. He's got it.
Yeah, he got it. Wonderful. And he fell down. So he has to redo the fight now.
Well.
I think he angled his last attack wrong and fell out of the arena because of that.
Yeah, the rapier moveset actually going against him.
Yeah, Brood not up his game so far.
Is his frame rate better today? I mean, it looks better than it was yesterday.
I think he got it fixed. Was having some issues like an hour earlier. But I think he got it fixed.
Well, I guess he just showed us that he is very consistent at the Iron Golem fight.
Yeah, he
Getting
wanted
it twice
to
in
do
a row.
it twice. Doing a bit of practice.
So I'm pretty sure Nax did as well, but Brood is going to be skipping this bonfire. You don't need to grab it, but there's a chance you can die to some of the painted guardians up ahead. And if you die and you don't take the bonfire, you're kind of screwed.
Yeah, then you have to do Sense Gate skip again and all of Sense Fortress. I wouldn't know, obviously, no. Never did that before in my life and never in a race. So yeah, these painting guardians are a pain.
Tank.
No pun intended.
Oh, okay.
They can backstab you as soon as they are behind you, out of any animation they do. For instance, they can do a jump attack, hit you with the jump attack, and instantly transition it into a backstab, which is a death. There's nothing you can do against it.
Ooh, Brood doing a fancy little jump that we like to call Nemu Rafters.
20 minutes time saved there. Will he go for the fiber jump though?
I don't see anyone go to the fiber jump.
It's sad, isn't it?
I know. I mean, he is also dropping down, so it's kind of relevant.
Ooh, getting two.
Block 1, block 2 throwing knives.
Man, Brood getting the full package.
2 for 1 deal.
Yeah, Nax just running past everything right now on his way to the archers.
The archers is pretty scary.
Yeah, and the moment I want to say, not a single lightning spear from the back and 1 impact behind him. I should stop saying stuff sometimes.
Okay, so he should just run straight off there. Yeah, that was pretty lucky there.
Yeah, that was the best he can get. So will he take the bonfire for Ornstein and Smo?
Judging by his race yesterday, I'm gonna say yes.
Yes, no one will ever skip this bonfire in a race.
He died 2 or 3 times.
Oh, really? I missed it yesterday.
Yeah, one he got counter hit from Smo, another I forget what else happened, but he wasn't the happiest with his run, which I think is another reason he wanted to rematch. Oh, Brood not going for the quit out. Interesting. You can actually make that platform reset back down to its bottom position if you jump up to the top and then quit out before it finishes turning.
Yeah, but since it's a race and we go on RTA, it only saves around 5 seconds, so it's not that big of a deal. And I just noticed both doing ESM Dragon Tooth +5.
Yes, both runners doing the same route, which can be nice when you're trying to commentate and figure out who's ahead.
Oh yeah, Brood also has a tiny bit longer load times because of his PC right now, which Weeks just mentioned. So it might even not be worth it for him to do it at all.
Quite possibly. And now Nax is coming up to the ONS fight. It's pretty hard. Oh, you messed up his move swap, so those dudes chasing him might just stab him in the back.
Yeah, if
after he gets through the fog gate, we'll see.
Yeah, he got unlucky and got hit through the fog gate.
That's why if you miss move swap, you probably want to quit out, because that's going to happen pretty often. On the other hand, if you don't get hit, it's a lot easier to get a good opening.
Yeah, since he triggered the fight already once, he gets a kind of bad opening.
Yeah, it's very strange how it works. The first time you do the fight, Ornstein's AI is actually different. I don't know about Smo's AI. Smo seems the same, but
Smo is just
Ornstein will never give you the best charge opening.
And that was a really quick kill for this opener.
And that's the scariest part of the fight done, so he should just be able to stunlock Smo right here.
Yeah. Or Smo decides to jump away all the time.
Which really wasn't too bad, because it means he gets a counter hit for extra damage when he's doing the jump back, so it was a pretty quick fight. It's a little bit far from the elevator, so we might miss it.
That was a really good fight from Nax. Green Blossoms
much better than yesterday.
Yeah, Green Blossoms make this so much better. Since you don't have to wait after attacks, because with the move swap and a Dragon Tooth using extremely much stamina, you go into negative stamina, so you have to wait a lot after every attack normally, but with Green Blossoms it's not that big of a deal, because Green Blossoms regen a ton of stamina more.
Yeah, if you use up all of your stamina after an attack, then sometimes Smo will recover before you have a chance to stun him again, and he'll smack you or sit on you.
Yeah, and if he really likes you, he just shovels and you're dead. So let's hope Brood gets a good fight.
Brood got the opening that Nax wanted to get, but he had to quit out. And so he gets 2 free attacks.
Really nice baiting there by Brood, to baiting the Smo back jump by going towards him. Really well played from him. Yeah, really nice fight from Mr. Brood there.
Yep, 2 Deathless ONSs, that's a good sign.
We got a race, boys. So next, going for the gargoyles next, where the real boss of this area is the area itself and not the gargoyles fight, in my opinion. Because of this room next is just about to enter. If you get unlucky, you will die in this room. But he gets past it pretty good, even with the YOLO strats.
With the rapier, it's not too scary to YOLO, because you can just poke the one hollow who blocks you.
Yeah, but if that hollow decides to do a jump attack, he gets hyper poised, so you can push him out of the way and you get hit for a lot.
And then you'll have about 10 hollows at your back, so you're pretty screwed at that point. And you still, despite being like, you know, having killed some mid-game bosses, you're still at base vitality. And then because of the Dragon Tooth and Moose Swap, gargoyles are not a very difficult boss.
Oh, also, they already used one instance of quantity storage. They bought a pike with the value of 999 pikes, so their inventory is cramped right now, so they can't pick anything that has weight anymore. But
yeah, there's a leftover system in this game from Demon Souls where there's supposed to be a cap on how much weight you can carry, and instead of removing it for this game, they just put the value like really, really high. So the only way you can reach that is by buying a lot of a heavy weapon.
Yeah, and that is used later on for the equipment slot manipulation glitch, which will allow them to turn the red sign soapstone into the red tearstone ring, which is the strongest item in the entire game.
And so Brew doing a slightly safer but slower strat for the hollow room, where you immediately enter, turn to the left, and just block the two hollows. And then the hollow that Nax poked out of the way just runs forward and you can run around him.
Yeah, but it was a smart idea from him since he got 2 jump attacks and both were a tiny bit delayed, so one of them would have hit him actually, if he would have YOLO'd through the room. No, I won't call it flexing.
Damn, what would Zastrain say? He'd probably call you one of those haters that he always flexes on. Actually, I'm curious to see if Nax goes for a plunge drop here, because I don't think he did any at all in the race yesterday.
I don't think so. Nax is not that confident in the plungers, as far as I'm aware. And in the route they do, they only can do the first plunge, which only saves around 3 seconds, so I don't think it's worth it in a race to do it. At the moment, NaxHPL is ahead. Because Mr. Brood had a few unfortunate things happen to him in terms of RNG.
And right now, Nax is just picking up this dragon skill in this chest over here. It's going to be used to upgrade his weapon, so he can be more stronger and smack things to be more deader.
More deader?
Yes.
So yeah, Nax making his way to Quellac. The last boss he has to fight before he can become extremely overpowered. Which shouldn't be that big of a deal to kill Quellac, because he has a move swap Dragon Tooth. Quellac is an early game boss. She dies in 5 hits. And you can avoid most of her attacks by just standing next to her face.
Although we have seen a fair few amount of deaths to Quellac in this tournament, so who knows?
Yeah, that's actually true. I mean, if Quellac really wants to kill you, she will kill you.
Just look at the number 4 seed, Sastatin, or his number 3 seed. I forget which one he was.
I think he's the number 3 seed.
Totally outplayed multiple times by this early game boss.
So next getting the explosion, that's pretty bad RNG because the explosion is slow and you can't attack her during that time because it does still a lot of damage even though she's an early game boss.
Yeah, it's only scary if you're stuck between her legs and you can't get out.
Yeah. I mean, you can react to it with healing and then blocking it with your Dragon Tooth and survive it, but it's like such a is a decision you have to make extremely fast to work out.
Next is going to be grabbing this bonfire here, because he's going to want to warp back to Firelink and do some stuff. And then, excuse me, he's going to want to come right back.
Yeah, next we'll just become casual level 200. Get a maxed out Dragon Tooth. Get 99 bombs and blossoms. The usual stuff after 25 minutes.
Yeah, you saw him put his dragon scale in the bottomless box. That's necessary to use this trick with Frampt to dupe it. So first he has to go down and place the Lord Vessel.
Yeah, Frampt is mad at you when you don't do what he wants from you, so he won't let you sell anything to him.
He'll just throw rude insults at you.
So yeah, quantity storage. We saw them earlier by 999 wooden arrows, because wooden arrows are pretty cheap and they just want the quantity of 999. So by calling up this quantity and closing the menu, then attempting to bone a dupe, but keep walking around, the game still saves that quantity, and as soon as you enter a shop menu, you can sell something 999 times, or buy something 99 times. So what that does is, on items where you can only have 99, when you sell 999, the game overflows and also gifts you 99 of that. So Nax has 99 green blossoms, 99 black fire bombs, and 99 dragon scales, while selling 999 of them. And also he sold the soul of Quellac 999 times, so he has a casual 10 million souls, and is pretty much a god at this point of the game.
Well, not quite, because he does, for RTSR reasons, he doesn't get like a crazy amount of vitality, so he can still get, you know, 2 or 3 shot by most bosses, but he's super swole.
Did I say attempting to bone a dupe? I'm sorry. So yeah, Brute doing the same thing. Still around 2 minutes behind, without even dying. Just because he got really bad RNG so far.
Well, I mean, almost dying from Iron Golem wasn't really RNG.
Okay, yeah, I forgot about the Iron Golem thing already. So yeah, next boss for Nax is Ceaseless Discharge, a boss with wonderful hitboxes. You gotta stay really, really far away from him so he doesn't hit you. Like, what Nax did was the bare minimum of being away from his arm to not get hit.
Probably my least favorite boss in the game, to be honest.
Yeah, it's not a fun boss to fight, but there's also a bit of chaos. So yeah, both will do the full Isolith segment now. And on next side we will see a really cool glitch called the Fire Sage elevator clip. Do we want to explain it?
Sure. So basically, when you quit out in this game, it moves you back like maybe half a step. And an interesting quirk about this elevator that leads down to where Fire Sage is that it's part of the Demon Ruins, which is a different area than Nax is currently in. And what that means is the game loads it slightly, like the elevator, slightly later than everything else. So if you keep spamming the quit out, you'll move back slightly every single time, and eventually you'll move back far enough that you fall through the ground before the elevator has time to load in. And it just so happens that at the bottom of this elevator shaft is Fire Sage. And luckily for us, Fire Sage is able to be plunge attacked. like with the special plunging attack animation, like on Asylum Demon. And if you didn't have that, then you wouldn't be able to land on his head and survive the fall.
Yeah, God bless reskins.
Yeah, because... Oh no. Landed on
Next.
the branches. Unfortunate.
And turning the camera around, how he always does when he dies.
Interesting fact that Stray Demon does not have the flag or whatever it is that allows you to do the plunging attack on his head. So
Yes.
if Fire Sage was based off of Stray Demon, then this wouldn't work at all.
Yeah, I wonder why Stray Demon is not based off Asylum Demon. But yeah, even with that death, Nax is still ahead of Brute.
It is pretty close though.
Yeah, now it's a pretty close race again.
If you can get a quick clip, then it will be really close.
Well, I think for safety, you should always do at least 3 quit-outs for the clip. Because if you do 2, you can land on solid ground and just die. There we go, he got it this time. So yeah, the boss AI is also not activated because the AI is bound to a fog gate. So Fire Sage Demon just stands there and takes it. Did Brute forget something? I think did he not upgrade his Dragon Tooth?
Possibly he didn't upgrade his Dragon Tooth, or he didn't remove the items from the bottomless box, or... wait, what?
Oh, I think with his PC issues, he loads too slow, so everything loads back in.
Oh.
Oh, that's unfortunate for him.
I mean, Fire Sage elevator clip isn't as big of a time save as it is in like any % no wrong warp, but it's still like a really fast way to skip this whole segment.
Yeah,
and you don't have to fight the boss with AI either, so it's pretty costly.
Yeah, with a good fight, it still saves around 1.5 minutes. On the other side, Nax just killed Centipede Demon. Pretty easy fight with a Dragon Tooth +5. And now is on his way to the Bed of Chaos, while burning out our eyes. And yeah, let's see how Brute fights Demon Fire Sage, because I haven't seen that fight done legit, I say, in a while.
Exactly, another reason to look away from Nax's screen as well.
Yeah, wonderful, perfect. Thank you so much, Brute. I hope he still knows the moveset of the boss.
Should hope so, because it's pretty familiar if you've ever fought Stray Demon.
Yeah, that's true.
The way you land in the arena does change it quite a bit, but it's still very similar. Wait, does Stray Demon ever jump back? Thinking about it, I don't think he does.
Yes, he can, but it's pretty rare on Stray Demon, actually.
Fire Sage pretty much
is...
always does it multiple times.
Yeah, Fire Sage is way more likely to do it. So yeah, the bad part on next side is over. We can look at it again. So
but
yeah,
as Nax's bad times end, Brood is just about to begin the eye bleeding.
Yeah, so we can look at next side now. So yeah, Nax is about to fight the Bed of Chaos, and every casual player who has issues with this boss, look closely and learn what Nax does. He does a strat called the Toki Bombs, which allows to kill Bed of Chaos in a really fast and also easy way. without doing all the puzzle stuff, because no one likes puzzles, obviously. All he needs is a bow and 2 bombs for this.
Brood getting the terrifying stomp attack. The hitbox on that thing is huge. The scariest... Oh, I guess we can talk about Toki bombs. So you just aim in a specific spot, throw a firebomb, and turn to the other orb thing, throw another firebomb, and then the fight's done.
So yeah, everyone who hates Battle of Chaos, learn this strat. It will make your life so much better if you play this game again.
Yes, you can actually get a firestorm while you're running through the tunnel, but I mean, you have to worry about that anyways if you're doing it normally.
Yeah, and
so might as well just not think about it.
On a casual playthrough, you at least have a lot of HP and armor, so you can just stand still and tank it. Then it shouldn't kill you.
Even in this run, you have enough health that you're not gonna die from it if you get hit by it, unless you get counter hit.
Yeah, but you just avoid that by either not getting hit or just tanking it.
Actually, I believe we saw Brood in the race yesterday avoiding dying to it by not getting counter hit, because he saw that he was going to get hit by a firestorm. He was like, okay, I'll just stand here and not get hit with the counter hit.
Yeah, if you see a firestorm happening and you don't have the HP to... you have the HP to tank it without a counter hit, you just stand still, tank the attack, and then you keep going. Ooh, Nax getting a bit bullied by the Torch Hollows there. On his way to Stray Demon. Which is pretty much Demon Fire Sage, but without fire.
Still explosions, though.
Because explosions are good. Oh, also a Torch Hollow in his fight, but he doesn't really care about that.
For a second there, I thought the Torch Hollow wasn't going to get hit by Stray Demon's butt slam.
Yeah, it has a long, lingering hitbox. Okay, Toki bombs for Brood. Let's hope he can do them. He should. He is an experienced runner.
A seasoned veteran of the Souls series.
The Dutch Prince of speedrunning. Yeah, really nicely done. Fast bombs. On next side we come to the most skillful boss in the entire run. If you lose time on this boss, it's completely your fault. No RNG involved.
Oh, you should have seen the run yesterday, Gandrake. Brood got the Soul Mass attack. He just rolled right through it, and then went on to kill Gwendolyn in one hit. Oh. Well, one cycle, rather.
That's amazing.
I mean, I believe Milt's been saying it for years and years. Probably not years, but he always yelled at speedrunners for not doing anything. Whereas Nax just waits patiently for the arrow attack.
Yeah. Killing Gwendolyn in one cycle. And now making his way to Painted World.
Yes, both runners are doing the exact same route. So Nax is about a boss and a half, 2 bosses ahead.
Yes, it would be way closer if Brood didn't have the PC issues and could have done all the skips so far. But I believe in him. He can still turn this around if Nax gets a bit unlucky and he gets really lucky.
All it takes is one small mistake.
like a death in Duke's Archives. They are racing again because the race yesterday got cancelled because Mr. Brute had PC issues. He still has them, but at least he can run the game now.
Either that or they just wanted the exposure of being on the main speed gaming channel.
Yeah,
I know both these guys, they would do that.
Also, firebomb kill. Wonderful Brute, I love you so much. Firebomb kills are so good in this game.
Another strat pioneered by Miltrift. Truly ahead of the curve.
Yeah, Milk brings all the new strats.
Oh, okay.
Oh dear god. So Nax is going to pick up the red sign soapstone now, which he will turn into the red tier stone ring with the ESM glitch.
It's just like magic.
Yeah, magic from Miyazaki for us. Of all the things that work against us in this game, this one thing works for us. So yeah, let's hope Brute does the mid strats on Gwendolyn and rolls through the big magic.
Yeah, we'll see if he can do it again. Maybe he won't have to.
I believe. Ooh.
So this would... No, that's not the right attack.
Oh, you mean like the spam attack?
Yeah, the soul mass.
Still goes
He's going for it on this one too. He's not going to be able to do it. You teleport.
Even got only one hit in.
Once Gwendolyn is in the teleporting animation though, he can't be staggered, so it wouldn't have mattered.
Yeah. Next, on the other side, killed Priscilla. Rip Dragon Waifu. What is this Gwendolyn doing? He cancelled his attack.
They're getting smarter.
Oh no.
And so you see Nax just did some random running attack for no apparent reason. And then he opened his inventory and then you saw a mysterious dialogue box that said dialogue, ? And that was him performing the ESM glitch that we've been going on about. I would explain it, but it's too confusing.
Yeah, it's also too confusing for me. Let's just call it magic. It's magic that allows him to have red tier stone ring now without ever picking it up. But on the back end of it, he loses one ring slot for it because he can't take off that item anymore. Well, he could, but then he would need to do the glitch again.
And so you want to take this bonfire because this is basically like your hub for the next couple of bosses. There's a bunch of bosses in this area, so you want to kill them and use this bonfires to keep running back to them.
Yeah, especially since this bonfire is not warpable.
Yeah, so you want to do this whole section all at once.
But even if it would be warpable, you still would want to do the whole section at once, just to save time warping. Like, in this game, you just take one area as your hub for every few minutes to kill everything around it, to save warps or save a bonfire that is not warpable.
Brood getting a little bit trolled by the crows.
These crows are not nice. Ooh, Nex not doing the plunge, taking the ladder. So yeah, Nax just dropped his pike, which has the stats of 999 pikes, so he can pick up items with weight again.
Yeah, the pike was necessary to do the ESM glitch, and now that he's done it already, he doesn't need them anymore because it would interfere.
On the backside of it, if he on accident unequips his red tearstone ring now, he can't get it back. Only if he buys again 999 pikes. So yeah, Nax just killed the big Hydra. Even though it's not a boss, it's really needed for the speedrun to enter the DLC. Because after you kill the Hydra, this crystal golem will appear on the map. And in it is Dusk. After you talk to Dusk, you can go to Duke's archives and kill another crystal golem, which gives you the broken pendant. And with that, you can go back to the place where Nax just freed Dusk and enter the DLC. So easy to find out, isn't it?
Yeah, and the broken pendant is not even like a key that you have to open with it. Just once you get it, all of a sudden it just kind of appears.
Yeah, and the enemy who drops the broken pendant was always there, even before the DLC came out. They just randomly gave him the item, I guess.
Yeah, and Nax jumping up on the bridge railing just to save a little bit of time running around to grab the stone armor.
Yeah, stone armor is needed for Nito. And something else, but I don't remember what it was. Butterfly. So yeah, from now on both players will fight almost every boss while having no HP just to deal an insane amount of damage. Because Red Tearstone Ring gives 50% extra damage on your AR. So after all the scaling and stuff is done, you get 50% bonus to every attack you do. It's the strongest item in the entire game.
Yeah, and combined with the fact that they're with a fully upgraded Dragon Tooth and a crazy amount of strength, like 50 something, they're gonna do a lot.
I think. Yeah, and also the move swap glitch, just so much stuff to up your damage in one character.
Nax having a little bit of trouble hitting the dog.
Yeah, there you've seen it. He hit a full move swap attack. Sif lost like 70% of his HP. So yeah, in reality, the player is the boss and not the bosses anymore.
Damn.
But that would mean they have to kill themselves, isn't it?
Wow. It's just like the end to Bloodborne. At the end of the speedrun, you have to die to finish the run.
Oh no. Well, you burn yourself at the end of the game, so I guess that counts.
Not if you do the walkout opening. Which I guess they won't be doing, so that's okay. I'll give it to them.
The plunge from Brood. Finally someone does it. So yeah, this game has the weird property, if you plunge attack a slope with a heavy weapon, obviously, you can roll mid-air, and if you roll at the correct time, you avoid the fall damage, you iframe through it. If you have fall control, you can also use your fists and just don't do anything until you land. But these two players are not filthy magic users. They play the game legit.
Except for all the glitches that they do.
Well, yeah, but it's not as bad as magic.
And so the crystal golem that Nax just killed is the guy that drops the thing to get to the DLC.
Did he get an item, or did he just click it away so fast that I couldn't even see it?
Nax is the fastest.
Because I didn't see a prompt at all.
I mean, I thought I saw it. I wasn't looking too closely.
Maybe I'm just blind.
Nax angrily throwing a firebomb at the wall.
Yeah, why is this elevator so slow? I need to save frames.
If it was faster, you might not be able to do Duke Skip. I mean, you probably could with Duke Warp.
He can without fall control though.
Yeah.
So yeah, what Nax is trying to do is called the Duke Skip. Just some platforming to skip the entire prison area into, what is it called? Forced death to Thief. Saves around 6 minutes.
And you roll onto that edge, and there you go. At the very top. Yes, the one and only Duke Skip. You haven't seen a Duke Skip quite like this one.
So yeah, let's hope Brute gets a good Sif fight. Sif can be quite annoying sometimes by just jumping around.
Well, the fact that he just tried to moose swap a shield is not the best sign.
Well,
Also, one thing I don't think we mentioned is both runners picked up this ring behind Sif's grave. Well, not Sif's grave, Artorias' grave. And they'll be using that just for Gwen.
yeah, this ring gives 50% more damage on reposts and backsteps. And since they will parry the final boss of the game, they will kill him in 2 reposts when they wear this ring. Will Nax do the manly drop? No, it's just the boy drop. So yeah, how far away from each other are they? Around 3 or 4 minutes now?
I'd say 3 minutes would be pretty close.
Yeah, it takes around 3.5 minutes to go through Dukes.
It'll depend on if he has to do any quit outs for Duke Skip.
Yeah.
Because Nax missed it once.
So yeah, Nax doing some specific pathing right now to avoid getting a clam in the boss fight, because the fog wall that keeps boss fights in and the player in the fight builds up after the fight is triggered. So a clam could, if it wanted, walk into the boss arena before the fog gate is up. And there was one clam.
Yeah, when you're in RTSR range, it's really scary because sometimes you'll just go and attack Seath if you don't know a clam's in the fight, and then all of a sudden, like, a clam foot will just, like, stab you through Seath that you couldn't see coming.
Yeah, they just ignore that Seath is there and walk through him.
And Nax is going to be fighting the butterfly boss. It's just a butterfly. There's not much to say. You throw bombs at it, and it blows up.
You wear armor for him, so you don't have to dodge most of his attacks. Can still, even though it's such an easy boss, he can waste a lot of time with exactly that attack.
Yeah, because it staggers you even though you have a crap load of armor on, and it does a lot of damage. I'm pretty sure I've seen people get killed by that in this tournament.
Really? I didn't see that one.
If I
and
recall,
that attack is also awful. Nax getting a really bad fight here so far.
And again.
Oh my god. I think I've never seen a worse butterfly than this so far. He even lands. So yeah, if butterfly lands during the fight, that means you had a terrible fight against him. He's just done at that point and tired of getting bombs in his face. So
And
yeah.
now that Nax has gone and killed the Crystal Golem and all the other bosses in this area, he can finally do the DLC, aka the good bit.
Yeah, the best part of Dark Souls 1 for sure.
Except for Guardian.
Yeah, Guardian is just straight up copied out of Final Fantasy. So yeah, a lot of the speedrun is just walking from one boss to another, which takes minutes. So sadly in those parts is not a lot to explain, since we already explained quite a lot of stuff in terms of glitches.
Yeah, so it seems they're about 4 minutes apart, because Nax was at 52 minutes. Actually, pretty much exactly 4 minutes apart.
And it can all change with a single death of Nax. For instance, if Nax would die to the boss right now, he would lose around 3 minutes, because it's such a long way. But whoever dies to the Guardian, am I right?
Right.
Getting a lightning spam Guardian though, that's not a thing you wanna have. But at least he dies in 2 hits, so it's not too bad. Oh yeah.
Seath particles proving to be way too much for Brood's injured PC to handle.
Yeah, also he didn't get a 2-hit Seath kill, because he actually missed the sweet spot once by being too close to Seath. Dragon Tooth is such a long weapon, and since it has a rapier moveset with the glitch, he can actually miss the core if he's right in front of Seath and hit the part behind him. So he does a bit less damage.
Yeah, for those who don't know, that the I guess the main body of Seath takes a little bit more damage than his tentacles. I actually didn't know that when I first started, and I couldn't understand how people would one-cycle Seath.
Yeah, I was so confused whenever that happened to me.
I believe it was Nax that explained it to me. What a helpful community.
Yeah. Speed Souls is the best community. Everyone is helpful. No bullies in our community. And I think Brood is just confused that he constantly shakes around.
And you could see him do that shrug. He just doesn't understand.
Yeah, feels bad, man. So yeah, on next side we will have the Royal Wood skip now, with the Superior Stannis setup. So he will backstep over this ledge, plunge attack a ledge, and skip the entire Royal Wood section with that. It's again one of these glitch skips where you just iframe the fall damage, because normally you would die at the end of the elevator.
Ahem. Not a glitch.
Not a glitch.
Done in glitchless speedruns.
Yeah, it's totally death intended. And now for the Artorias fight, one of my favorite fights in the entire game. In this route though, he is kind of a joke because he dies in 2 hits. There's one. Next taking it safe, waiting for the buff, so he needs
now that
3
he's buffing,
attacks.
he takes less damage, so it's gonna be 3 hits. I mean, it's just not quite as cool.
Nah, 2-shotting is just better. Oh, and Brood died to the Hydra ladder plunge.
The plunge, letting him down.
Yeah, he moved his analog stick too early, so he got out of the animation where he can roll.
Yeah, unfortunately, the biggest time waste, or potential time loss for Nax would have been a death to either Artorias or the Royal Wood Skip. So I don't think he took the bonfire after Guardian.
No, he just went through it.
So if he died there, it would have been, well, a lot of time loss.
Yeah.
It could have been close, but fortunately now it's going to be hard for Brute to catch up.
Really, really hard. Also, Nax bought the Hidden Body spell, which makes his character invisible, so enemies don't aggro as easily towards him, which is really needed for the DLC and some other sections. Because even though he has a lot of HP, he still can die easily, like Brute just did.
Another failed plunge.
I think what we just saw was the Norwegian super slope. He fell so fast that he hit the ground before he even could iframe the fall damage. And why do we call it the Norwegian super slope? Because it was made by Stannis. Stannis is the man who found all the plunges, and
he made the slope himself?
No, he found the plunges for us, and it's his setup. So every time we die to a plunge, it's his fault. Oh, falling too slow is a super slope. I always thought it's falling too fast.
Okay, I'll try and be more supportive of Brood. Maybe that'll turn... Let's go, Brood! Woohoo! See?
It worked.
There we go.
Worked out perfectly. I should hold back a bit.
I knew he could do it. He could take the ladder, but the ladder is very slightly slower.
Yeah, and the ladder is boring. We are not in Bloodborne. So yeah, all of what Nax did in the past few minutes was a special thing to trigger the Black Dragon Calamite. First of all, you need to visit his boss arena. And then you need to talk to Hawkeye Goff, or Goof, or however he is called.
Goop.
But to talk to Goff, or Goop, or whatever he is, you first need a key to open his, to enter his tower. And after all of that, he will shoot down Calamite for you, so you can have an even fight on the ground. Also, Brute getting the one shot on the Guardian, so he got a counter attack on him.
Getting revenge for that time when he got like a million lightning attacks in a row.
Yeah, 13 or 14 in a row. The Dutch Guardian. The nightmare of every speedrunner.
Thank you.
So let's see, will Nax take at least this bonfire for Menace? I really hope he does. He skips it. Oh boy.
Interesting.
So if Nax dies to Menace now, he loses several minutes because he has to run all the way through Ulasil and all the way back. But Menace is a fairly consistent fight. All his attacks are well telegraphed.
Yeah, Nax is just so generous that he wants Brood to have a chance.
How nice of him. Well, actually there's one attack that can kill you from Menace pretty easily and you have almost no chance. And that's the close range jump attack where he just rams his knees into your face. And since they are in RTSR range, so under 20% max HP, he will die from every attack that he gets. But it's just so beneficial to have that much damage. Oh. Ooh, getting the rain, worst attack, it wastes time and you can't punish it. Let's see, that should be the fight. Yeah. So that's a Menace for Nax down.
Not the fastest fight, but...
Ooh.
Oh.
Root got
Oh.
caught by the jump of Artorias. Did he take the bonfire? I don't think so.
Don't think he did.
Oh no.
So that's the time loss that we were saying could, like if it happened in Nax, it might save Brood, but instead it
Yeah,
just
that-
happened to Brood. I
that's
should
a
have
good-
clapped. Oh,
You
I wasn't clapping. Sorry, Brood. This is all my
Yeah.
fault.
So that's a good 5 or 6 minutes time loss for Brood now. This is a really unfortunate run for Brood so far.
And next, talking to Hockey Goo, and he shoots down the Black Dragon Calamite. Hang on. Oh, I was even clapping, and it didn't work.
Yeah, nothing you could have done. You tried your best.
And
But
now
he
Nax can
refuses
go and
the
fight
ladder.
Calamite.
Ooh. That was a big bounce. Yeah, Brood not having a good time so far with the plunges. Yeah, all Stannis' fault. So, next encountering Calamite, probably the hardest boss of the DLC because of really questionable hitboxes.
Some would disagree.
On some attacks he can just pull you back into the hitbox and that's the worst part. Like that attack. If you don't roll it correctly, the neck will pull you back and you just get pushed into the kill box. The hitbox, I mean. Oh no, Brood. Stop doing the plunge. It's not worth it anymore.
I think he's in the same mentality as when you keep failing bench jump. You're just like, well, I missed it this time, but if I try and go for it again and I get it, it would be faster than if I just try not to do it, and then just keep failing over.
Yeah. On the other side, Nax getting a really quick Calamite fight.
So that is it for the DLC for Nax.
So now he will kill everything around Firelink Shrine. Will Brood do the... What?
What even happened there?
How did he die from that fall now? I don't understand. Did he take off the ring? No, he still has the ring on. How did he die from that fall? Did he got hit mid-air maybe?
Does he looks like he's going to continue?
Yeah, he keeps going. So next coming up at Capra Demon and getting a bit bullied by the dogs.
Almost an intentional RTSR setup.
Almost. Oh my.
Is he got a double KO.
Double KO.
That's, I mean, I guess pretty much fine for him, considering the time difference between the two runners.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he notes the time difference though. I don't think Nax is watching. Come on, come on. Can do it, Brood.
I mean, judging from Brood's sudden appearance in chat, I was kind of worried.
Yeah. But he keeps going, what a madman.
Never give up.
Yeah, it's not Brute's thing to give up something.
He just needs to watch that video of the Japanese guy in the water. He's catching like the fish or whatever.
Yeah, making his Zen clear. Ooh, Demonic Foolish attacking Brute. Okay, he takes the ladder now.
Slowly, slowly walking down the ladder.
Being careful this time.
You don't want to slip off.
So our next boss for NaxHPL will be the Gaping Dragon. Another really quick fight because it's an early game boss. Should die in 3 attacks, I think, if he gets
As
the
long
good
as
arm.
he gets the worst opening. Well,
No,
okay,
not,
it was
not the worst.
he got the good opening, but it was super delayed for some reason, so he's not gonna be able to one cycle the boss. And then he didn't even charge forward. This is a really weird fight.
Yeah, that's really weird behavior from Gaping Dragon.
Then he got the good attack again, so it didn't even really matter. But he missed. Oh no!
Oh
Oh no!
no! What
The
is
rush
this
forward
Gaping
can
Dragon?
really mess you up.
Yeah, and also the mage at the top. Will he take the bonfire this time? No, he can.
Says hello to Elizabeth.
They haven't seen each other in a few minutes. I'm kind of concerned about the Royal Wood skip for Brute now.
Yeah. I mean, I guess it
believe.
doesn't really matter too much. I mean, I would like to see him keep going.
Yeah, of course. But I believe in Brute, he can do it. He does the, in his opinion, superior setup. Oh, he goes for the Stennis setup, the one he really dislikes. And gets
But it
it
works.
first try.
Can't argue with results.
What a madman.
Time for a very exciting boss on NaxHPL side, and a really boring one on Brute's side.
Yeah, should all look to next side for this. Oh wait, it's already over. Guess we look to Brute.
No, just in time.
Will he get us a revenge? Yeah, he gets it with a 2-shot.
The legendary 2-shot. And then the disrespect point down. The BM is real.
I would have done the same, to be honest. So yeah, Tomb of Giants on next side. Another area that is really terrible for casual players, but since these two are speedrunners, they know where to go, so...
Ooh, Nax doing the exciting Japanese pathing.
You mean the weeb
Well, part of
pathing.
it. The what pathing?
The weeb pathing.
Weeb pathing?
Yeah,
I
it's
mean,
Japanese.
I don't know if it's a weeb pathing, because it wasn't pathed by weebs. And you're not a weeb for using it.
Yeah, true on that side. I still want to call it weeb pathing. So yeah, on next side coming up is Nido
Gonna be a real neato fight.
Oh, please. Man, we make too many of these jokes.
That's the only thing I know how to do. If you didn't want the bad puns, you shouldn't have put me on commentary.
Well, it's still a good commentary. I enjoy doing it with you.
Well, I'm glad. Nax running through several pinwheels.
Yeah, because
Now
one
he's-
wasn't enough.
Yeah, I mean, they put like 6 or 7 of this boss, and it's still not enough to be any sort of threat whatsoever.
Oh, Nax doing a plunge there to avoid fall damage before Nido, since you get forced fall damage normally there. So yeah, Nido is really bad at hitting you as long as you're in front of him.
Yeah, if you just stay close to him, he's not too accurate.
Yeah, he's just there and is like, what am I supposed to do against this? This is not fair.
And now I believe Nax is going to be doing 4 kings.
Yeah, 4 kings, and I think that's the last for him. After that, it's just Gwyn.
Oh hey, Speed Gaming Bot just sent me the invite to see the commentary stream.
Oh, wonderful. I guess you can join me now. Oh,
Finally.
punching the mimic.
Wait, he
Leaving
just
his
punched it?
anger out.
Now, what?
He picked up the key and then he punched it with his staff.
Oh, right. He used the talisman.
So yeah, on next side we see the seal skip. Because in Dark Souls, areas are just recommendations. So he ran over a ledge, dropped onto a slope and quit out. And when you land on a slope, you die slower, or the game takes a bit longer to kill you. So when he went back into the game, he was out of bounds and able to just skip the entire area.
And then you drop an item, usually like some armor or something, just as a point of reference.
Yeah, because the second king will always spawn where you land, or around that area. Oh, and since they have a Dragon Tooth +5, this fight is a complete joke. So yeah, now Nex has nothing else to do other than waiting like 10 or 15 seconds for the second king to spawn.
And you can even hear the sweet soundtrack of the 4 kings.
Ooh,
Oh,
missed an
He
attack.
missed, but it's still fine. He
Oh,
does so much
okay.
damage.
So I think it's only Gwyn left for Nex now. Yeah, he goes to the kiln. Oh, Brute going for the Mana's Foggate skip. So you can skip the Foggate of Mana's and the cutscene by doing this tiny jump. Saves around, I don't know, 5 seconds? Maybe a bit more?
Probably about that. Ooh, Rude getting the animation cancel. If you attack certain parts of Manus and do enough damage, while he's in the middle of like a recovery animation, he'll just instantly cancel his recovery animation. So if you're not careful, that can actually kill you.
Yeah, because then he can do his jump attack and that means death. Ooh, Nex not getting his RTSR set up from the Black Knight.
Well, I mean, if he just misses it a couple hundred more times, maybe Brood will have a chance.
I think Nax just done with him and does it
okay.
without RTSR now. Can't be bothered anymore. So yeah, dogs in the chat, Nax is about to finish.
And so Nax was probably intending to go for a parry riposte on Gwyn, and then you'd kill him in 2 hits. But then he couldn't get RTSR, so now he chooses just to go for a mood swap Gwyn. So that means he just basically stun locks him.
Yeah, it's a bit less consistent because Gwyn can decide to just jump out of the way. But since he has a Dragon Tooth +5, there's not that big of a chance for that. And that's the fight. So GG to Nax. 121, really nice run from him. 2 deaths. And with that, Nax is in the finals against Kamul.
He gets a rematch.
Oh yeah, he even gets a rematch. Right.
So Kamul will be on winner's side, Nax on loser's side, so Nax is going to have to beat him twice if he hopes to take this tournament and its prestigious prize pool home.
The prize pool of the honor to be called Supreme Leader.
And so I believe in their last encounter, Kamul just had like an absolutely unbeatable run, RTA-wise at least. And
yeah, I think
Nax
it was
had a pretty average, like it wasn't bad. He had, I think, 1 or 2 deaths. But yeah, it was just not enough. So we'll see if either Kamul can tone it down a little bit, lay off the steroids, or maybe Nax can learn a thing or two.
Yeah. Kamul's last run was a 1:16:43 RTA, which is completely insane.
So that's literally 5 minutes away. Where, oh where is he going to find that time? You'll just have to find out next time.
Yeah.
On Speed
I
Souls.
mean, Nax died twice in his run. So there's quite some time save, and I believe he can win.
I mean, after all, he did take out the #1 seed.
Next time. Please, Kamul, please. So yeah. Let me ask these two if they want to come in for an interview as soon as Brute is done with his run.
I mean, maybe he can do some live commentary.
Oh, that would be great.
Oh, he turns around because he realized he needs to go somewhere else. Getting a little bit ahead of himself. Unfortunately for him, that's the only person he's ahead of. We'll see if he can get this incredibly difficult skip first try. Oh, it looks good.
Ooh,
He
did
does. Amazing.
Yeah.
Going for a peach heal. Don't know if I agree with that.
I mean, it can't hurt him anymore. Ooh, missing Capra Demon.
Not even afraid. Looking fear right in the face.
This man doesn't know what fear is. But Capture Demon seemed a bit confused about what to do. Like, he didn't die instantly. That's not normal.
Yeah. It's like, wait, I'm still here? What? Is this supposed to happen?
I don't know what to do now.
I didn't think I'd actually get this far. Oh, surprise dog.
Yeah, the dog wanted to save the butcher lady. He failed. So yeah, let's see if Brute gets better Gaping Dragon RNG.
I mean, you get the good opening probably 80-90% of the time.
Yeah, it's so common, but if it doesn't happen, it's just a complete train wreck. And yeah, that's the good opening, instantly slamming the head down. Oh, he missed an attack.
Oh no, this could be the end.
Oh no,
Again.
Brute, no! Okay.
Oh,
He's
he
alive.
took another hit and then somehow wasn't dead.
He's alive, RTS are set up.
The luckiest man in existence. Oh no. No!
Wait,
Wait,
no!
Brute!
Brute! Well, the death doesn't matter anymore since he was born in Firelink. So we could call it a death warp, I guess.
Sure.
Oh yeah, he is going for it.
Turn up your volume, people.
Whatever.
Oh, that was really, really loud. Did he, like, edit his sound files to make it even louder?
No, he just has everything on free, so
Oh, you're right. That's probably it.
we are normally told to have everything on 7 because the credits are made, so they are on 7. So we will have a loud credit screen because he balanced everything around the volume number 3. But
I
the
believe
credits...
he's said in the past that he changed, like he basically remade his credits with lower volume.
Okay, then we are fine. Then we are totally fine. Because normally the credits are hard-coded and set to 7, no matter
Yeah,
how
like
you
it's
have
just
your sound.
an MP4 file. Or WMV, I think.
I think it's WMV.
So it just ignores the settings of your game. Much like Mirror Knight in old patch Dark Souls 2.
Ah, it's so good. Mirror Knight and DS2 on old patch. Best thing. So now the question. Will Brute go for the Catacombs plunge? No, doesn't look like it.
I was half expecting a skeleton to fall on his head just before he finished popping the humanity.
Yeah, and then instantly hitting him. This game can do a lot of mean things to you.
1%. Speaking of mean things...
Oh my god, that was brutal.
And, is he waving to
his
Nico
fan.
and his cleric friends again? I guess Brood just wants us to be here all day.
Yeah, I mean, I enjoy watching this, kind of. I'm a bad person for enjoying that, but
Brood is the bad person for making us all sit through it.
yeah, you could also see it like that, I guess.
Yeah, so this is the catacombs, in case you missed it the first, like, 3 times it's been on stream. It's pretty scary. There's, like, skeletons. It's, kind of dark. It's like
Yeah.
necromancer dudes who, like, throw fire at you. It's
What a
crazy.
nightmare. And the worst thing, skeletons tied to wheels with spikes.
Just so metal.
See if he gets past the bone wheels today. Or this run through. They are coming. Ooh.
Ooh, got poked.
Okay, he got past it.
But can you defeat the mighty pinwheel?
It will be close, but I believe he can do it.
I hope he picks up the mask. He's not gonna do it.
He did it. He beat the boss. Brood has around 10 minutes left, I would say. Maybe a bit less. Short break to type in chat.
Everyone make sure to send encouraging messages to Mr. Brood. He really, really needs them.
Yeah, and he also really, really needs a new PC.
Can Brood count the skeletons?
I hope they are just 4 skeletons. I know he can't count to 5. Four skeletons. So yeah, time for Neo. Let's hope this goes well for him. Ooh, gets a scream. Good dodge.
And another one. Ooh, interesting.
But he got hit.
He got hit, but he missed the stagger, which is the most important part, I guess. Is it possible to totally avoid the attacks with a backstep?
I'm not
I've never seen
sure if
anyone
it's
go for it.
possible with the armor on.
Well, does armor affect the speed of the backstep, though?
Yes.
I mean,
And
oh,
I
it does?
think you
Okay.
get. Because he is fat rolling. And that also affects your backstep.
Yeah, you're right. I think it affects the distance.
Bench skip. Nice. So yeah, it's just 4 kings left for Brood, and after that he can go to the final boss.
I mean, if bench skip saves 20 minutes, then you might still end up winning Nax.
Yeah, he also did Namu refed us,
Oh, that's true. That's another 20 minutes.
so he could get a sub 1 hour RTA. Let's see, will he do the Ivan setup for seal skip? Oh, he does.
I mean, that's the great thing about the Ivan setup. Even if you're not quite there, sometimes you just end up like right on the very edge. You just have to take one more step.
Yeah, or you go too far and you have to redo everything.
That's the thing too, but a professional runner such as Brood would never make a mistake like that.
No, he doesn't do mistakes, just happy little accidents. I'm amazed how good he can type in chat while fighting bosses.
I wonder if he has like a phone that he's doing, because I don't hear him tabbing out of the game.
There's the second king. Ooh, missing one attack on him.
Still fine, he doesn't even need to do a running attack.
Yeah. Dragon Tooth +5 is a bit strong of a weapon.
Very well.
Ooh, even talking to Fram to get down there instead of jumping. What a nice guy.
Very well.
Waves him goodbye.
Never forget the people that brought you to where you are. Life lesson from Brood.
Even though Fram is just abusing us all the time.
Found the supporter of Koth.
Oh my god.
Intentional?
I don't think he survives the second attack with that HP.
It's fine. He'll just get the slow attack and parry it.
Yeah,
Not the fast attack.
I guess so.
RNG manipulation.
What was that, 24? Or 2?
I wasn't actually looking. But we'll say 2. It looks like 2, because I can't see any health at all.
Or Brood will just show that he is the god of this game and parry the fast attack.
Or that.
If
would
he
be
actually
equally
pulls
impressive.
it off, I'm impressed. It's 2 HP, so fast attack means death. There's parry number 1.
Okay, we'll see if Brood's feeling lucky.
Oh,
See?
he got it!
Told you,
What a
I know what he's
gamer.
doing. Never doubted him for a second.
And a point down to show the game who is the boss. Back jumping.
Not even sub 140.
Ooh, that's still loud.
That's pretty loud.
He skipped it for us. What a nice guy.
Okay, we'll see if these fellows want to come and talk to us.
Yeah, we just...
Oh. Just as I say that, here they are. Ladies
Hey,
and gentlemen,
Hello.
our winner, NaxHPL.
Congrats, dude.
Thanks.
You don't sound very enthusiastic. Come on, you're the second greatest Dark Souls runner of all time. Show some excitement for your thousands of adoring fans.
I mean, it wasn't a very good run, and Brood had a disadvantage. So.
Yeah, Brood really had a big disadvantage with his PC. He couldn't even do Fire Sage elevator clip.
Wait, seriously?
Yeah.
Hello.
Hey, Brood.
Hello?
That was right. Well, it's right.
It was. Well, Brood, at least you got more plunges than Nax.
Damn.
A lot more.
Yes. You didn't do any.
I did 2 plunges, excuse me.
You did 2? What? No.
I did
I did
Royal
a
Wood
lot of them,
Skip
alright?
Well, okay, Royal Wood Skip, obviously.
and Catacombs. That's 2.
Oh, we didn't look at your side at that point.
Wow.
I did at least 2 Royal Wood skips. So let's start off with that. Because that counts. Yeah, I started to really not take this run seriously anymore after I realized that Fire Stage elevator clip didn't work. And then I opened the stream to check out where Nex was, and Nex was like miles ahead. And I was like, nah, let's just finish this in a way.
It was funny to watch.
I mean, if I would suffer, I want people to suffer alongside me, you know?
Wow,
So-
that's terrible.
Yes.
Terrible but understandable at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Also, Boneweirds really like you.
What doesn't like me? Artorias is like...
Yeah, how did Artorias kill you on the opening?
I don't understand. Like, normally when you walk to the left there, he just goes full over your head, and then just hits you on the other side of the arena. I was waiting for that, and I actually got a jump scare from that. I was really not expecting this guy.
Yeah, that was really interesting.
So hey, I could do stand a setup, so that's nice.
Yeah, you finally did a good setup.
Yeah, let's not talk about that. So yeah, congrats on the win,
Thanks.
and good luck facing Kamul.
I need it.
Yeah.
That luck.
You're gonna be fine. Kamul's just gonna die to the Fogate skip again.
Okay.
Kamul? Die?
Right. That
Yeah,
never happens.
right.
What is this unholy talk here?
Well, if you don't mind me, I'm gonna go and throw this PC out of the window.
Have fun.
Sounds good.
Alright, thanks everyone, and thank you for sticking around for this
Hey,
one.
congrats on a 3rd place finish. I mean,
Yeah,
maybe it didn't
thanks.
end how you wanted it to, but that's not too shabby at
I
all.
got further than I expected, that's for sure.
Yeah.
So yeah. Alright,
Thank you
thanks
so
for
much
everything,
for the
guys.
race, Ruth.
Bye-bye.
Have a good one.
Take care.
Well, I guess I'll go too.
All right.
I guess
Unless,
it's
unless
yours.
you have any questions.
What's your favorite kind of steak?
Steak? My favorite kind of steak. Let's say like
it
a
was the
medium
first question I
rare.
could think of. I'm sorry.
A medium rare ribeye. It's pretty
Okay.
good.
Oh, that sounds good.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Well, yeah, I guess
Okay.
that's all from us.
Yeah, we're not quite sure when the next race is going to be happening, the grand finals, just because coming up is the NASA marathon, which Nax is going to be attending. So
Well, yeah. Next
it's either gonna
weekend,
be before then or
we'll
after,
try to.
not during.
Yeah. Probably before, unless it goes for 2 more races, then
You're just gonna have to do 2 races in a row. Like as soon as you finish the first one, just start a new game again.
New game plus. Hello.
No pauses.
Yeah,
We'll make it a new game
plus.
Yeah, that's what the reset is. It's new game plus.
So yeah, thanks everyone so much for watching this race. Thank you so much for commentating with me, Mecha. Thank you so much for the race, Nax.
Thank you to Speed Gaming for doing all the hard work and setting up and all the other stuff that I don't even know what they do, but I'm sure there's a lot of work that goes into it.
I bet there is. So yeah, everyone follow the runners, follow my lovely co-commentator Mecha Pope.
Follow me on Instagram.
For more questions about Dark Souls runs and Bloodborne runs, you guys can visit speedsouls.com. And yeah, that's all from my side. I have nothing else to say.
Yeah, that's a good sign off, I think.
Okay then,
See you guys
goodbye.
later.
Have a good night, everybody. Oh, they're all gone. Okay. From myself, have a good day.